Subscribe so that when I blow up, you can brag about being here before 500 subs and be an OG. Let's dive in.
This is what you told me. You hung out with Curtis's friends. Curtis was there, pulled you to the side, told you, I'm so sorry I was mean to you. I can't believe what Jessi did to you.
I think it's very interesting how Gabbie was the one who asked for the call to be recorded. Makes me think that Gabbie thought that she was in the right and wanted the call to be recorded in order to catch Jessi in a lie or an inconsistency. This is pure speculation. I wasn't there, so I don't know if this is true.
He FaceTimed me right after our first fight because I genuinely, dead ass, do not know how people knew about it.
And why'd you pick up to him?
I didn't have the number saved. That's the first situation, was a FaceTime call. The second situation was when we were at an event and he tried to take a selfie with me and I was like, no, that's not happening.
She said that she declined to take the selfie, but here it is in 4K. Gabbie seems to forget that the internet is forever and that you can't get away with lying when there's proof online.
And then the event that I'm assuming you have to be talking about is when I was at 1600 Vine and then he came there. I think I was at Lele's. And then he showed up, and I was like, oh, fuck no. He tried to talk to me and pull me aside there.
Yes!
Yeah, but that's a completely different situation. That's literally months and months later.
You were at a place with his friends. He showed up and pulled you to the side. I said that.
You hung out with Curtis's friends. Curtis was there, pulled you to the side.
I said that.
And you said that as the way that it all went down.
He tried to talk to her. She supposedly said, oh, F not, but she still let him pull her to the side and talk to him. He didn't force her to listen to him, and if he was forcing her to listen to him / didn't leave her alone, someone would have intervened. Gabbie, if you actually didn't want to listen to that man, you had options. Don't say that your response to him wanting to talk to you was F no when you still let him pull you to the side and talk to him.
I also didn't hang out with, like, his friends.
You admitted to it.
People who knew Curtis. I think I was at Lele's. We all lived in the same building.
There we go again, lying. Gabbie, if you actually did it, just say it. Don't try to twist reality. Was she trying to gaslight Jessi or hoping that Jessi forgot some of the details?
Yes, and he showed up and pulled you to the side.
Guess what? I am allowed to have friends. I'm allowed to collaborate. Like, I can't cut everybody out of my life.
This is infuriating. Why would you defend your right to be friends with the rapist or the people who still associate with the rapist?
I didn't even know you spoke to him all these times. I'm finding out now, and honestly, I'm frankly disgusted. So I didn't even know all of this. I didn't know you took it.
The word disgusted seems to have triggered her. Maybe she knows how disgusting her actions were, and hearing someone say it triggered something inside of her.
I literally just told you about the first.
Don't tell me what am I talking about. Don't tell me that, because I just had a panic attack hearing you say that you heard him out.
He said, do you mind if I tell you the story of that night? And I said, I mean, yeah, that's fine. Like, I've heard her side. You can tell me yours. So he told me the exact same story. Like, literally.
I didn't even know that he told you the story of the night I was raped. I never knew that.
Yeah, so he told me the story, and then I told him.
Again, I thought Gabbie was telling him to screw off at first. When Gabbie Hanna tells people to screw off, I think that they know how to take a hint, but I don't know how this guy didn't take it. Gabbie, why did you hear this guy out even though you wanted him to screw off?
Fuck him!
Jessi, I wanted to fight for you too.
Don't, like, literally fuck him!
I agree. Fuck him. I agree. But, like, when he said that, I literally wanted to catch him in his lie.
Pretty ironic how she wants to catch this rapist in a lie when she herself was caught in many lies in this situation. Also, did she want to listen to him or not? Because right now there's two versions of this story and they're both by Gabbie.
For what?
He told me his story.
Jessi inevitably cries because a person that she trusted at one point heard out her rapist. And while Jessi is crying, Gabbie still tries to explain herself. It's strange. I wouldn't keep talking if she started crying. I'd be too concerned about Jessi's well-being to even continue to speak. Gabbie recognizes that Jessi was robbed, yet she doesn't respond as such. It'd be one thing if she didn't believe her and she started crying, but Gabbie is fully aware about what happened at this point and she's still not treating Jessi as a survivor.
And I told him, well, Curtis, that is literally the story that Jessi tells. And at the end of the day, she was asleep. Like, that is when I said it. And then he was like,
excuse me, I need to call you back. I'm sorry. I'll call you back.
Okay.
Okay, There was no, do you need a moment, Jessi? Or I know that this is hard for you to hear, so I'm gonna call you back when you feel a little better.
You're making it sound like I'm friends with him.
No, I'm not. I'm
story from the start.
I'm just saying, how could I get...
Like, this isn't news.
It is news!
Jessi, that's literally always been what I've said.
I've
always said, he asked me to tell... It's literally in my notes on Twitter that I said he asked me if he could tell me the story. And I wanted to catch him in a lie.
I have a confession to make. When drama, for lack of a better word, like this resurfaces and more things happen in the present that has to do with drama that happened last year, I forget a lot of details and it takes a while to research what happened in the past in order to understand the new stuff that is happening in the present.
Like, I was ready to fucking tell him off and be like, that's not true. And then when he told me the same story, I said, yeah, so you're telling me the same story, which is she was asleep and you raped her. That's what I said. And then he said, okay, well, now you at least know it from my side. I said, okay, I'm never going to publicly bash you.
Okay, so she didn't bash the rapist, but she did bash the victim. Cool, makes sense.
Or defend you. I'm never going to publicly bash Jessi. And
yeah,
then,
right.
And by the way, he did try to blackmail me, by the way, afterwards.
He tried to blackmail you or me?
He did.
He robbed someone you were close to and then tried to blackmail you and you still didn't bash him? Jessi makes one video exposing you and you bash her.
Why did you lie about never speaking about me that day on TMZ article? Why did you lie about defending Curtis?
I said I never ditched my friend for her rapist or publicly defended my best friend's rapist.
At first, I was confused because I didn't know which TMZ article or what this proved or whatever, but don't worry, I looked it up and I found the answer. The TMZ article referred to in this call is the one that says that Curtis robbed Jessi. So apparently Gabbie did see this tweet after her TMZ article came out and is just lying about it.
This was the day the story broke. I hadn't seen the article yet. Whatever he tweeted, I genuinely have no idea what his tweet was. I responded with a current Vine meme, which was a Big Sean Lil Wayne song, "Beware, beware, beware of a woman with a broken heart." I don't remember what he said. Obviously, it had nothing to do with the rape case. So that was that day before I ever saw it. The tweet is deleted because I was like, oh shit, I didn't understand the context of anything about this.
One of my friends, like a guy friend, was falsely accused, and it fucked up his life. And all of a sudden, it came out that it was false, and I fucking hated that bitch. So when it came out, like I said that thing about whatever the thousands, I don't remember.
We can talk about how we hurt each other's feelings, bruh. Gabbie's always focused on her feelings, and when she brings up Jessi's pain, she also has to bring up her own pain. This is also very strange and comes off as very self-absorbed. She's been trying to gaslight Jessi for a while, saying that the tweets where she implied that Jessi was a liar never happened.
I have no idea what it actually said, but it's clear.
There's the reply that implies that 1,000 girls cried RAYPE in my neighborhood was exactly what Gabbie tweeted in this deleted tweet.
That I said something along those lines. First of all the ones that I saw, because I never went back and deleted anything, so all the ones that I saw never showed that. They said, get popcorn, or why is TMZ talking about Viners?
Gabbie, stop digging your grave. It's almost to the center of the earth. She keeps forgetting that we can verify everything she's saying. I say we as the internet people, but I don't know if this call was meant to be released by either Jessi or Gabbie. Why would you record this stuff if you never intended the public to get their hands on it, especially with so many hackers that exist these days? Gabbie didn't want to take this to court, so I don't know the purpose of recording this call other than someone is gonna leak it someday.
And then I saw the one that you're referring to, which says somebody responded, the actual tweet's not there, so I don't know what it says, but somebody said something about, oh, thousands of women, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh shit, I remember this. I tweeted this and deleted it like a minute later, because at that point, if you don't remember, we had no idea who each other were. I barely had a Vine account. I had a few thousand followers on there.
Right.
I was literally a fan watching Vine.
Gotcha.
I said something stupid that I felt bad about, deleted it immediately, and now years later we're talking about it when you and I...
I'm sorry for pausing this recording so much, but it's just that there is lie after lie, debunked by receipt after receipt. I should have done a lie counter at this point.
Like, the fact that that's even coming up now, and that you use that as an argument, when we became friends 8 months after that, I put it up, I regret it.
But Gabbie, before Jessi called you back, you were trying to defend your actions by saying that you're allowed to have friends. So are you sorry or not? It's also noteworthy how you're lying through your teeth to make yourself look better.
As a fan of Vine and a follower who is commenting on the lives of two people she never met.
Wait, I'm sorry, you can't...
Hey, I let you speak, please.
I let you speak, please. Gabbie's been speaking this whole time. She wasn't just a fan of Vine, she was a Vine influencer with 200,000 followers at the time. She's just pretending that her comments had no influence at this point.
I put it up, I regret it. As a fan of Vine and a follower who is commenting on the lives of two people she never met.
Wait, I'm sorry, you can't...
Hey, I let you speak, please. So just like commenting on my life and my situation, our situation, that was what I did. I put some tweets up that I obviously don't agree with in 2020.
What is even happening? So she doesn't agree with her statements that she made back in the day. However, she can't recognize that the stuff she said about not knowing the context of the tweet mentioned wasn't true. Whether she remembered tweeting the stuff or not is debatable. Whether the things she said were factual or not debatable. Whether the tweets exist, at least the ones we've seen, is not debatable either.
Mm-hmm.
It was 6 years ago,
Correct.
And I didn't remember them until I saw them again, and I was like, okay, yeah. But my whole point of this is, why is this coming up in 2020 when we became friends 8 months after those tweets were even out? So it just shows that you're retroactively trying to paint me as a villain. We're like,
Gabbie, the answer to your question is you. Do you realize that in your video, that is not factual? Like when you said, oh, I had no idea the context. Like you do understand that obviously that's not true.
no, I don't. Okay, Jessi.
Yeah.
You do understand, and I know that you know this.
Mm-hmm.
When that story dropped, every single person was saying that you lied.
Are you kidding me? Is that your justification? Because
Jessi, I'm telling you.
everyone's apologized to me for it, first of all, and it doesn't make it better.
And so have I.
And you're taking it back by trying to pretend it never happened. If you want people to stop calling you a rape apologist, you have to address the tweets.
Jessi, and I will, but I also
Okay, that's
have to
it.
talk about the history of our relationship, and that's what I plan on doing, is saying.
How is that relevant to you being a rape apologist? This was the
Jessi,
first...
how is anything you did in your video relevant?
You did a DM, and I basically did a table reading of it.
Okay, we established that she never addressed the tweets, at least at this point. She's also deflecting a lot. Jessi tells her what to do in order for people to stop calling her a rape apologist, and then Gabbie asks Jessi how anything in her video was relevant.
I want a public statement and apology saying I should have never done this. It was inappropriate to share private conversations publicly. That is the way that I will stop talking about this and literally drop it.
Again, just thinking about her image more than the harm she caused.
I want something that says I'm sorry that I hurt this person. I should not have done this. I shouldn't have shared private messages.
Okay, Gabbie, where's your apology for also sharing private messages?
And straight up, like, my lawyers will not let me drop this without an NDA. Because, like, I'm going to live the rest of my life wondering, when's the next time Jessi's going to be like, you know what, fuck Gabbie. She did do this. I want to expose her again. And, like, that's where I'm at. It's like, genuinely just want it to be fucking for real, over.
But Gabbie, it will never be over until you address the tweets and acknowledge them. You yourself said that you have not addressed them, so how do you expect it all to be over when you have things that you left unresolved?
Let's keep this offline and just sue me, and we'll see what happens in court. And then we don't have to bring our followers through this. We don't have to bring our fans through this, and we get to the bottom of what's been, hurting you. Just sue me, and then we won't have to bring our fans into this.
Jessi offers a private solution.
I'm more interested in bringing my fans into it because those are the ones who are affected.
I think that Gabbie was more affected by the situation than her fans, clearly. So I don't know why she prioritizes their involvement in the situation rather than her involvement.
But
I don't want your money, Jessi. I do not want your money.
I'm not saying...
I don't want it.
I'm literally saying, like, I think your fans are affected too because I see your live streams and I was worried.
You should be. I'm fucking suicidal.
Gabbie is mentally unwell, and I'm not gonna attack her for having past trauma. Although that the cause of her mental issues are not her fault, however, not getting proper treatment for such mental issues is her fault. Having a mental disorder is no excuse for treating people like crap. Gabbie is not exempt from criticism for being mentally unwell.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
You have to continue to do this because
No, that's why we shouldn't. I don't want to... Yeah, I don't want to...
I still have to clear my name, so I have to, keep doing this.
You are narcissistic abusers. And you have been for 6 fucking years, Jessi Smiles. I have to keep that in.
That stuff she did in her podcast when she screamed didn't help clear her name. It actually made people worry about her and distracted people for a bit, but I don't think it redeemed her in any way. If anything, people were memeing about her more.
So you're telling me you're gonna go on live stream, you're gonna tell all your followers everything about all our past. I don't see an end game in that for you. And that's why I was saying just to sue me.
Jessi, that's stress for me too.
I know that.
I keep going and sitting with these litigators, thinking about the idea of people saying how terrible I am for suing somebody with a child. What I want is for people to hear my side. I have no desire to take food out of your kid's mouth. I know that, like, your kid is in, like, speech classes. Like, that shit's expensive. You're a mother. You're a family. I don't want to hurt you. The only thing I want is for my name to be cleared, for me to feel like my story is heard, and for this to go away. Obviously, people are going to keep asking me about it.
It's considerate of Gabbie to think of Jessi's family. Maybe she's thinking about them because it would make her look bad to sue a mother, like she says, but maybe she also thinks it's wrong to take food from Jessi's son's mouth like that. I don't think Gabbie is a full-on villain.
And, like, if it's not going to happen, then I need to, like, continue doing what I'm doing. And I also want you to work on a public statement.
Wow, you can't just tell someone to write a public statement like that.
Obviously, people are going to keep asking me about it. And, like, if it's not going to happen, then I need to, like, continue doing what I'm doing. And I also want you to work on a public statement, and then we can work on it together. I want a public apology that should never have been made public.
I think it's disrespectful to sit there and dictate to someone exactly what you want them to tell the public in order to clear your name.
That's not gonna happen, so I understand.
Okay, so then we keep going.
I'm not doing anything with you. Like, I'm not. Like, this is not, you say we keep going.
I'm gonna keep going then. I have publicly apologized for a situation that should have been private. So I think that it's only fair that you can also extend that same courtesy to me, considering what I've been through.
Gabbie is angry at Jessi for bringing a situation out in public, but the tweets where Gabbie implies that Jessi is lying about being robbed are public. I'm not talking about the tweets where she defends herself because those came after Jessi made her video. I'm talking about the tweets where she talks about 1,000 girls crying robbed and getting popcorn. So the situation was technically already public before Jessi made her video. There's 10 seconds of the call left. I'm gonna do the same as they do on TikTok and say like for part 2. Just kidding. I'm not gonna finish the call because I'm a quitter. Being a quitter isn't helpful to most aspects of my life, but at least if I become a smoker, being a quitter will come in handy. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.